What would make Ziva a good companion for someone?
Ziva is really just a love bug. She has a lot of energy, but once she is worn out for the day, she just loves her people, and she wants to be your companion and be on your lap and just give and receive love. She's been through a lot, but she, in spite of all that, she truly is just a very companionable dog.
What do you think the perfect home for her would look like?
Someone with a fair amount of energy. It doesn't have to be, a runner or anything like that, but she does have a lot of energy. So even if it's just, a yard that's big enough that she can run and do those sorts of things, or, older kids would be fine that keep her busy and active. Even for us, my husband and I are retired, but, I walk her twice a day. And even with that amount of energy, she's fine with that, and then she's ready to curl up and take a nap with you. But she just absolutely loves being outside, as long as you're outside with her. So some outside space is good. And, she loves car rides. She's really very good in the car and likes to do that. I don't think a home with smaller children would necessarily be a good idea for Ziva. And it's mostly just because she is energetic and she's a strong dog. And so if you have toddlers or anyone that, she could knock over or jump on, it would be probably, not the best idea. She's very comfortable in her kennel at night. We kennel her when we're not home and at night. And that's kind of her safe spot, and she's fine with that. She usually falls asleep on the couch, and sometimes I have trouble getting her up from the couch to go to bed at night.
What about other animals in the home?
Frankly, that's been probably the biggest challenge with getting her adopted. Is Ziva does need to be the only pet in the home. And so, Ziva's my first foster, and I took her because we just lost our lab of many years, and so we didn't have a pet in the home at that time, and so we were able to take her in. And so she does need to be the only pet. She's not a fan. Supervised, she does okay with some dogs, but I would never leave her unsupervised. And she's not a fan of cats as well, so she does need to be an only pet. I think the most challenging thing is just her reactivity, and I don't mean that like towards dogs, but Ziva's a little sensitive to noise, loud noises. It just doesn't take a lot of stimulation for Ziva to get overstimulated. Keep her environment such that there's not a lot of noise, there's not a lot of physical pushing and shoving and those kinds of things, even if it's just play. And then just, being aware and when you are around other animals, even if it's taking her on a walk, that you really do have to just pay attention. She's not the kind of dog that you can just kind of, look the other way and turn loose when she's around other animals. So, we have neighbors with dogs, and she's really good with them through the fence. They're just fine, and they sniff each other and play, but some dogs she's absolutely fine with, and others she's not so fine with, so you just have to really watch. She is house trained. Even when we first got her, I think she only had 2 accidents in the house the first week, 2 or 3, and then has not had one since. So she's house trained, she's crate trained. She walks on a leash relatively well, unless there's, a rabbit or anything that she wants to chase. But she's never bothered anything in our home as far as being destructive. So those things are all positive. Her big things for training are going to be learning not to jump on people. And if you can work with them to ignore her and turn away when she does that, she usually learns pretty quickly. So she likes a routine. Ziva very much needs some consistency in a routine. So anyone adopting her, it's going to take, a few weeks for her to kind of get a routine in. But I think once you're able to do that, that was our experience, she will acclimate pretty quickly. And those things that often are a challenge, like house training and destructiveness, have not been an issue with her. My husband was apprehensive at first, and even he has become like, he just loves this dog, So I know people, particularly if you've watched the website, may question, we've had her a while, but it's mostly been because she needs to be the only pet. And so I think for someone who wants that, wants an only pet, and will give her a chance, that she'd be a great dog.